What's going on, Sag Massive? It's your girl D with 8th House Energy here to bring you your April 2020 Silent Enemies reading. I hope all is well with you guys as well as can be expected with what we got going on here. Um, you know, in the ethers. This is interesting energy here and it's very sad at the same time. Very depressing as well. So if you guys are feeling under the weather about this in reference to, your spirits and you're feeling a little down, try not to watch the news as much. There's not going to be any major reporting that you're not going to get by, taking a couple of days off from watching the news. Me personally, I don't even have TV. I check in at least once a week. I'll call my mom to see if there's anything new that she's, got to tell me in reference to what's going on. And I tell her the same thing. I'm like, look, don't watch the news every single day. It's just you're getting a bunch of different versions of what's going on. A lot of the people who are reporting to you are not medical professionals. If you're going to try to figure out what's going on, go on to YouTube and see if you can find some information from medical professionals who are actually dealing with people and who actually understand what's going on with the coronavirus, if it's bothering you like that. Other than that, hopefully you guys are trying to live your life as best as normal, making sure that you keep at least 20 feet away from people, when you're out, not 20 feet, but, a couple feet away from people when you're out, doing your shopping or whatever you're doing. And, wash your hands really well. Use sanitizer wherever you can if there's no soap and water. But the primary thing should be soap and water. Wash your hands for a good 20 seconds. Lather. And, just take care of yourself, all right? So, I do want to take time to thank you guys for all the love and support you show the channel. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the energy you bring. I appreciate you. I do want to let you know that besides personal readings, I do offer natal chart analysis, compatibility analysis with you and your partner, solar return readings, your numerology reports. All those types of things are offered to you, and the information is in the box below. And just take a look at the prices. You'd be really surprised at how inexpensive it is. And then there's also an additional 30% off that you can get as well. All right, so take advantage of that, especially if you need to know your natal chart, if you want to see if someone's compatible with you, what have you, right? Also, the Tarology Academy is going to be in full swing effective April 1st. And you will be able to access that via the Patreon link, which is in the box below. The Patreon link will also allow you to access all the extendeds that I do, which is the Silent Enemies extended. So, there's going to be an extended to this. It's all the general monthly readings that I do, as well as all of the general love readings, okay, and the Tarology Academy information. Now, Tarology is tarot and astrology combined. And what it is I'm providing you some general guidelines and some basic information that gets you started in understanding tarot and combining astrology with it so that you get a real full understanding of what's going on in your life, what's going on with the world around you, and how to use the energies of tarot and astrology to just make things a lot clearer, make your life a little bit more easier. Lord knows it's helped me, so I feel like, I should pass this information on, because if it can help me, it can help someone else. So I'm offering that, and it's in the Patreon membership. Now, the Patreon membership's only $5 a month, so take advantage, okay? Now, the Silent Enemies reading is a reading that helps you to pay more attention to your intuition. I think it's very important that we pay attention to the six senses that we have. The sixth sense. Okay? Some people say seventh, but what have you. The energies that we can't put our hands on and that we can't see. They are there. We get those gut feelings, those intuitive nudges all the time. And it's important that we pay attention to those, because they can keep us out of a lot of unnecessary situations. All right? Those intuitive nudges should always be investigated. They shouldn't be thrown to the side. Some of them can be false alarms, yes, but you would determine that after investigating it. So with the Silent Enemy reading, it has to do with people who are in your vicinity, people that you're around every day, and you're just getting bad vibe about somebody all of a sudden, or you get a funny vibe from them, something weird. This is for you to investigate, because it could be something as simple as, maybe they're just having a difficult time with things and they don't want to express what's going on with you. It could be another situation where people are trying to hide something from you because maybe they're trying to surprise you with something good. But it could also be on the flip side, a situation where people are around you and they're there to take advantage of you in some way, shape, or form. Whether they're draining you of your energy, whether they're trying to get in your pockets, whether they're trying to get to your significant other, whether they're just trying to be you, whatever the case may be. Again, intuitive nudges are key. They're the universe's way of telling you, hey, here's some energy coming your way that's a little off frequency. You need to investigate it and rule it out. Okay? So with that being said, a silent enemy could be a love person. A love person. It could be a business partner. It could be a loved one. It could be a colleague, coworker, boss. It could be a family member. It could actually be your brother. It could be your mama. It could be your kids. It could be your landlord. It could be your neighbor. It could be your kid's babysitter. It could be your art teacher. Anybody that you deal with on a regular basis that's in your energy on a regular basis. And when you're around this person, you just get a funny vibe. You don't know what the hell it is or why. Right? So with these three cards that I have here, I'm going to pull the cards. I'm going to get whatever intuitive messages I can from it coupled with what the card represents in tarot. And I'm going to give you that info. After I do that for all three cards, I'm going to pull some advice for you. After I pull advice, we're going to go to the extended and we're going to see if there's any additional messages that I can pull with this second deck here to give you that Spirit may want for you to have, and then we'll give you some more advice, okay? So the first card here is the Nine of Wands energy. This is your energy, Sagittarius. Now, with this Nine of Wands energy, there's somebody around you who may be feeling... Somebody around you may be blocking you or feeling guarded towards you. You may want to, especially if this is someone who's close to you, you may want to see why. For some of you, unfortunately, this person could be blocking you because they no longer want to associate with you, and you could be somebody who is being aggressive towards them. Okay? For some of you, it's the opposite. You could be blocking yourself from someone, being very distant and standoffish from people because you already know what their intentions are, you know what their motives are, and you're just not interested. Okay? You don't want to be bothered. So just be careful of people who are being very guarded with their information around you, especially if it's something that is not something you need to be guarded about. If they're acting, really strange, as if, there's something they're hiding, I would look into that. I would investigate their energies, investigate their activity, watch what they're doing. You don't have to let people know what's going on in reference to you sensing something weird, because then they're going to change up. They're going to change up their frequency to try to throw you off. But if you get that somebody's being very secretive around you for some reason, you may want to just investigate it just to make sure that they're not scheming on you. If they're being secretive because they got shit going on in their life, that's something different. Understood. But you just want to rule that out, because we all know that there have been many people who have fallen at the hands of people who were closest to them, whether it was a friend or family member or someone who worked for them or someone they worked for. I mean, one of the most famous stories is Jesus and Judas, right? So you do want to be careful. Investigate it, find out what's going on, and then, at that point, make a decision as to how you're going to handle it, if you need to even do anything at all, okay? So yeah, somebody's very guarded and standoffish. They're not giving you information. They could be, very funny in the way that they act towards you, because Wands is all about action. So just be careful with that. It could be a situation where your kid is not telling you something, and it could be because, worst case scenario, they could be getting bullied at school, and they're not being honest with you, and they're kind of being standoffish and guarded because maybe they don't want you to know, because maybe they know that you're a hothead and you'll come down there and want to be going crazy and going ham on everybody. Something simple like that. But your intuitive nudges is telling you something's going on with my kid. I need to find out what's going on with them. Something like that. Okay, it could be that you may be involved with someone on an intimate level and this person is kind of guarded and standoffish. That could be because maybe they're dealing with someone else and they may be hiding their information. I'm not one who goes through people's phones, and I'm not one who feels comfortable with anybody going through mine. I feel like if you can't trust me and you really got to look at my phone, then, we don't need to be together. But there are some people, that's just my personal opinion, and that's just my personal thing about it. But there are some people like, okay, well, if you're not with anybody, let me see your phone. Give me the password to your phone. Give me the password to your YouTube. Give me the password to your Instagram, things like that. Because for them, that serves as a way of them feeling comfortable and protected. Now, if you are around someone and they're not willing to give you that information, but yet they want that from you, then there's an issue. Now, if you both are on the same page, that's something different. But again, if you're with someone and they don't feel like they want to give that information to you, it doesn't necessarily mean they have something to hide. It just could mean that that just is irrelevant to them to be doing stuff like that. So in that case, you may want to just let that go. All right, so it's up to you, but investigate and understand what's going on, okay? Next card I have for you is the Eight of Wands. All right, so this is your energy again, okay? So be careful of people coming and talking to you and just giving you half information, okay, with this Nine of Wands here, but they're trying to rush you. Okay, they want you to make a decision. Hurry up and do this. We got to do that. All right, well, I got this and that and that and this, and then we only got to do this. Be careful of that because you may not be getting all the information that you need. And it could represent the fact that someone is being guarded and standoffish because they're trying to pull a wool over your eyes. So they're trying to get you with the okey doke. They're feeding you, quick messages, sending you emails, and not giving you all of the information. And then when you ask questions, they're guarded and standoffish. Be careful of that with this Eight of Wands energy, okay? Because again, emails and things like that, they can be misinterpreted and misunderstood, all right? Text messages, things like that. And especially when we have Mercury going into Aries right now. We have Mercury going into Aries, and that's all about very direct communication. People being upfront, could be confrontational, could be aggressive communication, but people want what they want and they want it now. That type of energy is what we're going to be experiencing with the communication coming up in the next week or two. So be careful with quick talk. Be careful with people who, want you to rush and jump into something or make a decision really quickly and they're not giving you all the information and they get kind of standoffish and guarded when you ask more questions to get clarity before you move forward with them. Be careful of that. What else am I getting here? Yeah, any kind of changes, anything coming in, just be careful of it because you want to make sure you have all the information and that you're not being misled or taken advantage of or going to be losing any money in reference to things. Also, watch your temper. Okay, with the Eight of Wands energy, you got to watch your temper. You have to be very careful with how you communicate with people and how you interpret information that people give you. A lot of you are going through something right now, so you're already, your senses are already heightened, right? So you just have to be very careful with your temper and make sure that you don't put yourself in a situation where you have to apologize later. You just were, oh, I wasn't myself. I don't know why I was upset. You got to be careful. Okay, so I got two cards with you here. This is all about you making sure that you are not putting yourself in jeopardy here, all right? Because both of these are Sagittarius energies. This third card here is the King of Wands. This is Leo energy. You're going to have to be very careful with people who are aggressive towards you and very assertive towards you, people who want you to take action really quickly. Like I said, with this Eight of Wands here, and this King of Wands, that's similar energy to me because this is someone who is wanting you to make a decision, wanting you to jump into something. All right. You also need to be careful with people who are approaching you in a relationship type way, especially those who you are very attracted to. A lot of you just got out of a situation that you were in where your partner was using sex to keep you around. Okay. But they were messing around with other people. All right. For some of you, for a small percentage of you, it was you who was trying to use sex to keep your partner, but your partner was already mentally gone and already dealing with someone else. So you want to be careful not to fall into that trap moving forward with a new person, because that would indicate that you have not learned your lesson. And so the universe is going to send you back into that same situation, but with a new person. So be careful. There may be people who you have a strong magnetic attraction to that you might be running into. Be careful about jumping into intimate relationships too soon before you know a person well enough. What happens is you establish an energetic bond with this person. All right. And then later you find out that this person is just, really toxic for you, or that they drain your energy. And so now you have this energetic bond with them and you're still feeling that pull, even though you're trying to get away from them. This is what makes it hard for you to leave a relationship, is because you've established these energetic bonds prior to you really knowing truly who this person is. And so I'm recommending that everybody take their time when they meet new people. Please take your time getting to know people. Yes, you're going to be attracted to people. Yeah, it's springtime and this is bunny hopping weather, quote unquote bunny. Everybody's all over the place. But right now they can't do that with the, virus going on. But, it's that time of year. People are being sexually, the energies, the natural energies are sexually enhancing them. And so they want to go out and have a little fun. They're feeling a little free, want to let their hair down. So you just got to be careful not to jump in before you know that this person is not freaking crazy. Before you know that this person is not toxic and is dealing with some real messed up energy that they have not resolved within themselves. Because once they establish that energetic tie, you're going to be tied to that. So things that could happen to you in reference to that would be, you being angry and not knowing why. You being really tired all the time and not knowing why. You being frustrated all the time and not knowing why when you ain't got a damn thing to be frustrated about. That's because you're pulling on that energy of that person. And you may not even know that they have deep-seated or deep-rooted issues because you may not have taken the time to get to know them first before you done jumped in bed and exchanged energies with them. So please, Sag, be careful, okay? Be very careful. So let's get you guys some advice. So what messages do I have for my Sag Massive in reference to protecting themselves from people around them? What messages do we have for Sagittarius? What messages of protection do we have for Sagittarius? Now, this energy with this King of Wands energy too, this could represent someone who's kind of bullyish in nature, who, is trying to boss you around or very aggressive. So be careful of people like that as well. Be careful of people who, don't, they tell you one thing, but they don't do what they say they're going to do. That's a red flag, a major red flag, especially with someone that you may be dating. So we have tick-tock. That's the number 30. All right, the number 3 major arcana is the Empress. So we'll see if that has anything to do with this message here. So tick-tock, it says timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. So it says here, you have been feeling as if the clock is ticking and gotten a little nervous that your dreams are taking too long to manifest. This is nothing to fear. You will never run out of time for important things. The miracles that are yours and yours alone can't be missed. Isn't that amazing? You're in such capable hands with guides and angels hovering in the invisible spaces, ensuring that your journey will be filled with all sorts of goodies. Let your anxiety be gently dispelled by your faith. Spirit will never deny you Spirit will never deny you your highest good. All is yours in divine appropriate timing. You can relax. So yeah, this 8 of Wands could represent you in a rush. Like I said, rushing to make decisions about something. Somebody could be presenting something to you and wanting you to rush and make a decision. But this is your energy, like I said earlier. So this could be you rushing and jumping into things without, seeing what's going on, without making sure that it's kosher, making sure it's legit, things like that. And this is just telling you that as well. So for some of you, it could be in relation to getting married, because we got this King of Wands energy here, we got this 8 of Wands, and we got this 9 of Wands. For some of you, you're very standoffish to people who are coming to you in reference to a relationship, but that's because you're still healing from the past. But you don't want to be too standoffish where, you find yourself alone and you don't want to be. If the goal is not to be alone, then, maybe you work out your issues and then jump back out into things. You don't want to just jump right back out without healing, because then you're going to be rushing into relationships, getting yourself into situations with people, like I said, and I just went over that with you. I won't repeat it again. But this resonates with that because it's telling you to take your time. There's no need to rush and to jump into things with people. Take your time. Some of you feel like the clock is ticking, like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be in a relationship or married by a certain period of time, by a certain age. That's not the case. What's meant for you is meant for you. You don't follow the rules that society says. Well, society says you should be married by a certain period of time. Other than that, you're going to look weird. This is why so many people are miserable now. They're following what society's standards tell you, when we are not all one size fits all. Okay, we are not. And the sooner you accept your individual path and your individual uniqueness and what it is that you're supposed to do by getting your birth chart and checking out what you're supposed to do, then you will be a little bit more comfortable to follow your own path, because then the universe will start aligning in your favor because you're following your own path. Don't rush to do anything because society says that this is what you're supposed to be doing. That's the worst thing. That's the first thing that sends you, into health issues and things like that, trying to keep up with everybody else when that's not meant for you. That's not your path. Okay? So let's see what other messages do we have for my Sagittarius. What advice? Actually, I want to give this other card here. Oh, I did give it. Forgive me. I'm I'm all into your reading here. So I hope that this resonated. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to break these individual energies down in the extended and get you some more messages from Spirit, and then we'll get you some more advice. Please feel free to join. The link is in the box below. If this is where you and I part, I hope that this bit of information was enough for you and it resonated for you. If so, click the like button. If you want to leave a message about it, please leave a message and let us know where you're from. What I'm doing is I'm asking the subscribers or anybody within the sound of this video to just in the comment just say hey and where you're from, because globally everybody's going through this craziness right now. Like, the globe is in quarantine. The news is giving us all kinds of crazy information. Like, every hour there's a different report, and it's driving a lot of people crazy. And some people just need the comfort of knowing that they're not alone, they're not going through this alone, and that we're all a community of people who resonate with what's going on, and we're here for each other. Okay? So again, if you want to come to the extended, the link's below. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next reading. Peace out, Sag.